Dear students, this is 12th Zoology video class, Chapter 4, Principles of Inheritance and Variations, Part 14, Chapter 4, Principles of Inheritance and Variation, Part 14. Last video class, we have seen what is autosomal aneuploidy in human beings, then what is allosomal abnormalities in human being we have seen. The next topic we are going to see is the one extra chromosomal or cytoplasmic inheritance. How the cytoplasm is inherited by deciding the sex of the other organism. That what we are going to see. Students, can you observe this shell coiling type? The name of shell is limne. If you observe the shell coiling one, you can find two types of shell coiling. Here this coil is going for clockwise coiling. Clockwise, you know what is clockwise? The clockwise is coiling is called as a dextral type. There are two types of coiling in the shells are there. First type is the one clockwise type. So this coil like clockwise. That name is called as a dextral type. And here this shell, just the coil anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise. They called sinistral type. Just note it down. Okay, there are two types of coil in the shell. One is dextral type and another one is the one sinistral type. Dextral type is the coil by clockwise. You can note it down in a textbook. Whereas sinistral type, they coil in anti-clockwise type. Just note it down. This is important basic information, so you need to understand the cytoplasmic inheritance of the shell coiling. What happens? Why this happening? So do you know what is fertilizations? The sperm and egg, they fuse together and they form zygote. The sperm, the nucleus alone will enter into the egg. Okay, the sperm, they contain only less cytoplasm, but the cytoplasm will not go, only the nucleus alone will enter into the female egg. But whereas in the female egg, cytoplasms are more. And the sperms and egg, if they form zygote, you know what I mean by zygote? The sperm and egg, they fuse together and they form a zygote and they form as a single cell. So here that cytoplasm play major role. The cytoplasm play major role. And once the zygote formed, the cleavage undergoing type. The cleavage will follow the next stage of zygote. If that dextral type of cleavage, if it is formed, means the dextral type, the clockwise, the shell coiling will occur. If that cleavage occurs, sinistral type means the coil occurs, the sinistral type, that is we call as a anti-clockwise. Now we'll see how the cytoplasm is influenced to the next generations. How the cytoplasm is influenced in the next generations. We'll see. Just listen carefully. If you understand this concept, it's easy. Okay, listen carefully. Okay, here. So far we are thinking that the deciding of male or female in organisms, only the DNA play major role. We are thinking like that only. But here, the deciding of male or female, the sex of ratio is decided by the cytoplasm in some of the organisms. So that's what we are going to see. The examples for that one, they given here limne. They given the shell names called as a limne. rara. Here, the textile coiling is a normal and sinistral coiling is a mutant characters. That's already explained to you. What is textile? What is sinistral? Here they say that textile coiling is a normal one, whereas the sinistral coiling is one mutant character. They say you can go through all these things. I explained all these things earlier. And here I'll take the diagram of this shells here. Now, as you all learned in lower classes, pea plant, Thysan sativum. In that, one male capital T will be there, and female small t will be there. If male capital T, if it is crossed with the female recessive characters, the small t means the F1 generations, the capital T small t will come, that we consider as the tall one. Even if we allow them to cross self-fertilization, the F2 generations also 3 tall, 1 recessive characters will come. But here, it won't come like this. It won't come like this. We'll take 2 divisions of here. Here, 2 shells, they crossing each other. This is the one type of shells. This type of shells is the one capital D and small d. The capital D considers the male sperm, whereas small d considers the one, it's a female egg, that is because of sinistral type. The capital D, they are taken from the dextral type, whereas small d, they taken from sinistral type. The capital D is the one male, whereas the capital small d is the one female. That's what they say is that capital D is a sperm one, whereas small d is the one egg, that's a female one. We are going to cross, they are doing in the research purpose. So here the capital D sperms are just crossed with the small d egg with the female. We are crossing here. What happens the next first generations? What happens here? First generations. As you can say, the capital in the P plant, we can say, since the dominant characters capital D is there, means the first generations will come only the dominant characters. That is we call as a dextral type. But here F generations, it won't come like that. F generations, the sinistral type only comes. Sinistral type only comes. How? The capital T is the dominant characters, small t is the recessive characters. How it is possible means, here the recessive characters, the female, the small d of that female, they have more cytoplasm. They have more cytoplasm. In that cytoplasm, they play major role to form F1 generations as a sinistral type. So here, then the recessive, they have more cytoplasms. Okay, in the recessive means what? The female egg, they have more cytoplasm, whereas in sperm, they don't have much cytoplasm. So because of that, F1 generations comes as a sinistral type. Okay, here that is a one male, dextral type is the one male one, and sinistral type is the one female. They fused together, and the first one generations came as a sinistral type. What about F2 generations? If this type allowed for the self-fertilizations, how these F2 generations will be formed? The F2 generations will be formed here, capital D, if you just cross capital D and small d and just capital D, small d, this type of alphabets will come, the chromosomes will come. The capital D is the one dextral type, and capital D, small d is the one dextral type will come. Here capital D, small d is the one dextral type will come. But here the small d, here the small d, they come under the sinistral type. They come under the sinistral type. Okay, then this is what the conditions of the F2 generations. Okay, here's the self-fertilization, the last one, the small d, as told you, sinistral type. But here sinistral type won't come. Even though if it is a small t, they have influence with the help of the DNA which have come from the dominant characters. All the F2 generation, they undergo for the dextral type. All since the F1 generation they come as a sinistral type, that is an anti-clockwise shell, and we allow them to have self-fertilizations in F2 generation. The F2 generations, all generations come as a dextral type, because the reason is the capital D, that the dextral type, they have DNA. That DNA play major role to form all generation of F2 generation is the one dextral type. And the next one, if we cross this F2 generations to form F3 generations. Here F3 generation, the capital D, if you cross means what will come means the textile type will come. If you cross some capital D and small d, that also a textile generations will come. If you cross the capital D, small d, here also the textile type will come. The first three of shells in F3 generation 7 dextral type. Whereas the last shell, that comes as a sinistral type. Because here the recessive, already the F2 generation, the recessive characters were there. So that recessive characters of small d of female eggs are influenced in the F3 generations. So in this method, by observing these explanations, they say the cytoplasm also they involved the formations of the male or female. That's what they say here. The next one, another type of crossing one here. Same thing here. Same type also here takes place. Here, there we are taken the capital D as the male one, small d as the female one. Here we are taken the capital D organism is the one female one, and small d is the one male one. That's what they say. Capital D is a female, they form as a egg we are taken. And the next one, the small d takes as the sperm. That's the male one. So here the capital D, they form a egg. That's considered as the female one. Here small d, they consider as the male. They form a sperm. We are crossing each other here. What happens in the F1 generations? What happens in the F1 generations? Here F1 generations, they have the dextral type here, because the reason is the capital D egg, they have more cytoplasm. They come the F1 generations as the dextrals. And what happened the F2 generations? The F2 generations, all the F2 generations all are, the F1 generation allowed to have self-fertilization. They form F2 generations. F2 generations also have all are dextral type, even though they have recessive of capital D, recessive of small d. And whereas F3 generations, the first three they have dextral type, whereas last one they have sinistral type. So this is the three dextral one and one sinistral one. So this is the informations about the shell coiling of limnae. Shell coiling of limnae. With these explanations, you can go through in your textbook where you can understand. Okay, here. So this is the extra chromosome cytoplasm shell coiling in limnae. The limnae perigra. Limnae perigra. Limnae perigra is the freshwater snail. Limnae perigra is the freshwater snail. The shell of these animals are spirally coiled. The coiling shell is clockwise, called as a textile, already told you, or anti-clockwise we call as a sinistral. Both type of coiling are produced by two different types of genetically controlled cleavage, namely textile cleavage and sinistral cleavage. Already I told you how this textile and sinistrals are formed means due to formations of cleavage in the cell divisions. If the textile cleavage occurs means that is we call as a textile type. If the sinistral cleavage occurs means that is we call as a sinistral type. What is cleavage? The increasing number of cells, that is we call as a cleavage. During cell divisions, the number of cells will be increased as one by one. That is we call as a cleavage one. And limnae, the textile coiling is a normal, sinistral coiling is the one mutant characters. Already I told you. The directions of coiling is determined by a pair of nuclear genes. That is we call as a dextral as well as a sinistral. The gene for the dextrals being dominant over sinistral coiling. A textile snail provides a egg with a sinistral snail provides a sperms. The offspring are called as a textile in F1 generations. When F1 generations of heterozygotes, here you can note it down, you can underline also. What they're going to cross here? Here they're going to cross the gene for the textile being dominant. Sinistral type is coiling is the one, small d. Here the textile snail provides egg. Textile tail they taken the female one egg, whereas the sinistral tail that provides a male, that's a sperm. That's what they given here. The offsprings are all textiles, capital D, small d. That's a F1 generations. When F1 heterozygotes textile individuals were self-crossed, if F2 generation showed the textile coiling with the genotype, capital D, one set of capital D, two set of capital D, small d, and one set of small d, small d. That's what they say here. On the left side of the diagram, when reciprocal cross is made. Reciprocal cross means whether it's a dominant or recessive, whatever the result comes, that result comes as a dominant characters, any one of the character. That's what they say reciprocal cross is made. The F1 individuals have a capital D small d genotype but are coiled sinistrally and in the female parents. In both cross in F1 are phenotypically similar to the female parent. Though the offsprings of both crosses have same genotype, capital D small d. This is because of genotype of maternal parent. Maternal parent means mother parent determine the phenotype of the offspring. Which one determine the maternal parent means the cytoplasm determines. Cytoplasm determines. You can go through. Okay, just listen my explanations. You can understand. Go through all these explanations. If you have any doubt, you can contact. The next topic we'll see in the next class. Kappa particles in parameciums. Kappa particles in parameciums. Okay, if you have doubt, you can contact me. Okay, bye. Take care.